All right, it's one of the worst performing stocks today, but one of the best year to date. Microsoft falling after Goldman Sachs removed it from its conviction buy list. The stock closed down a little more than 3% at $24.88. Joining us now is Sarah Friar, the Goldman Sachs analyst who wrote today's report. And Sarah, first of all, thanks for taking some time to come on the show. I want to make clear that you took it off of the conviction buy list, but you still have Microsoft listed as a buy with a 12-month price target of, $5 and change more than we're looking at right now.
Exactly. So this was really a call about balancing near-term issues with a longer-term, very bullish view on Microsoft as a stock. So we're in the September quarter. It's still tough from an IT spending perspective. Microsoft's a big amount of revenue to move a needle on, and our checks were effectively saying it still hasn't really turned for them. They have a lot of product cycles on the way, but I felt we had to flag to people that we were a bit worried about the very, very near term. So literally what earnings would look like when they report on October 23rd, and we lie a penny below street, so that's something I feel I have to tell my investors.
All right. So
flip side is, we love the longer term view.
Let me ask you though. So in terms of how much they could miss by for their earnings, did you say a penny lower from where you guys were?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really trying to make a huge call on it. We're at 31 cents. The street's at 32. We just feel that right now the data points on areas like servers and PCs are still weak in this quarter. Our hardware group's looking for a 23% year-over-year decline in server unit sales, just to give you some perspective. But the key is definitely the look forward here for Microsoft. With Windows 7 coming on October 22nd, we're actually flipped the other way for the December quarter and for the full fiscal year, where we're very, very upbeat on what we think we can see once the product cycle launches.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, I mean, we were just showing video of people doing yoga, and I'm guessing that was because of the Xbox. But Windows 7 is obviously the key driver here. Do you turn around? Is it possible that you turn around and put it back on your conviction buy list, depending on how that launch goes?
I mean, absolutely. Our conviction buy list is a short-term catalyst-driven list, and I think that come December quarter, which they'll report in January, we're already ahead of street. We have big expectations for what Windows 7 can do, and that would be a perfect time to look at it from a catalyst perspective. So believe me, this is not meant to be some doom and gloom view on Microsoft. This was very much balancing a near-term risk with a longer-term bullish perspective. So I'd almost say buy the stock on weakness. We'll see how the quarter really pans out now that people probably already get an inkling that maybe it's a little softer.
All right, in terms of Windows 7, though, how much higher should estimates be based on your kind of optimism about the impact that will ultimately have?
Sure. So right now, in terms of the overall model, we lie about 3% and 5% ahead of street for fiscal 10 and fiscal 11. So we're really trying to put some wood behind the arrow of how positive we feel. In terms of the numbers starting in December, we are sitting about $400 million above street just for the client division, which is where Windows 7 will fall. What makes us so upbeat, one is we just think there's a big PC refresh cycle coming next year. Second, not many people made it onto Vista. Only about 15% of the installed base is on Vista.
Okay.
And third, there's just a lot of, in my mind, pent-up demand for IT spending currently.
All right, hey, Sarah, thanks so much for joining us today. Sarah Friar, their tech analyst at Goldman Sachs, talking to us about her call on Microsoft.